In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Word's Search and Replace feature. Now, this is pretty standard. A lot of people know how to do this, but for those of you who have been doing a Google search trying to find it, if you found this video, you've come to the right place. What you have to do is you have to tell the computer what you're looking for. So what I would recommend you to do, if you're somewhere in the document, just press Control-Home on the keyboard, and it will take you to the beginning of the document because you want to be at the beginning of your document. And from the Home tab, you can choose Replace, or you can choose Control-H on the keyboard. And that's what I'm going to do here. The other thing that I want to show you about this Microsoft Word Find and Replace feature is, unlike most dialog boxes, you cannot click outside of a window that's open like this. But in this instance, you can. So I want to find every instance of Aldus PageMaker in the document, and you're going to notice in the first paragraph, it's actually in the last sentence. So I'm going to take my mouse pointer and click over here outside of this window, and I'm going to drag to select Aldus PageMaker with my mouse. I'm going to right-click on it and choose Copy. I'm going to return to this window, and I'm going to right-click and choose Paste. The other way you can do this, you can also choose Control-V like Victor on the keyboard, and that will do the same thing. Now notice how there's a space, a trailing space there. So what that's going to do is it's going to search for Aldus PageMaker with the trailing space. So I'm just going to hit the backspace key just so I'm just getting Aldus PageMaker. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to press the Tab key on the keyboard, and that's going to take me down to the next field. So if I'm working on a desktop, I don't have to worry about grabbing my mouse every time I want to move somewhere within a form. So now I'm going to type in Adobe InDesign. Adobe InDesign. Okay, now before you start searching in this document, come back out of the box and click in the document and deselect that text. And then, of course, go back to the beginning of the document. Now you're ready to go with your search. Now choose Find Next, because if you keep Aldus PageMaker selected in the document, it's only going to find that item that's selected, because you can actually go through the document and only search for specific text that's highlighted. Okay, now, so what I generally do when I'm doing my search and replace, I always just test out the first instance, and so I'm just going to just choose Find Next, and it finds the first instance of Aldus PageMaker in the document. I can either choose Replace or Replace All. But for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to show you what happens when you just choose to replace the instance one time. So I'm going to choose Replace. Okay, so what it does is it will replace that instance, and then it will go find the next instance of Aldus PageMaker in this document. The reason why you might want to do this is because you might not want to change every instance of Aldus PageMaker. Case in point, there may be some situations where you want to show or talk about the history of Aldus PageMaker. So you don't want to get rid of every single instance in the document. So it's not just we're replacing the software, but we're still going to retain some of the history, and we're going to need to make reference to this particular software application. So this is the reason why you may not choose Replace All. Okay, so now that I got that out the way, I'm going to go ahead and choose Replace All. All right? So I'm going to click on Replace All, and then it's going to say All Done. We made 4 replacements. And so that's how easy this is. But there's a lot going on with this Find and Replace, because you can use it to your advantage. As I had stated earlier, you may want to only search for specific text in the document. So you may want to just select page 5 or page 2 or whatever text you're trying to replace. And then you can go and put your criteria in the system, and it will go ahead on and search only the sections that you have chosen. So you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to doing a find and replace. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do an advanced find and replace. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these tips. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video.